What if the most powerful empire in history never officially existed? No borders, no capital, no flag flying over conquered land. And yet, it influenced wars, controlled economies, and quietly shaped entire nations. Some historians believe the evidence was erased deliberately. Others say it was never meant to be seen in the first place. Because if this empire was real, it means history has been hiding something. It starts with small inconsistencies, missing records, unexplained alliances, trade agreements that don't quite make sense. Historians began noticing something strange: power moving without a center. In medieval Europe, merchants seemed to operate above kings. In Asia, trade routes shifted in ways that ignored political borders. In the Middle East, wealth flowed through channels no ruler fully controlled. It didn't look like an empire, but it behaved like one. Letters vanished from archives. Maps quietly change over time. Entire economic systems appear, already fully formed. And the strangest part? No single nation ever claimed responsibility. It was as if something or someone was pulling strings in the shadows. At first, the clues seemed disconnected, but then patterns begin to emerge. One of the earliest hints comes from the Hanseatic League, a loose network of merchants and cities across Europe. No king, no army, no empire, yet it controlled trade across entire regions for centuries. It dictated prices, influenced governments, even waged economic warfare. And it wasn't alone. Centuries later, organizations like the East India Company operated with powers that rivaled nations. It minted currency, maintained private armies, controlled entire territories, without technically being a country. But here's where things get unsettling. These systems didn't replace each other. They overlapped. Trade routes from Venice connected to networks in the Ottoman world, which linked to Asian markets, which fed into European financial centers. Different cultures, different rulers, but the same patterns. Then historians uncovered something even stranger: financial families, like the Rothschild family, appearing across multiple countries at the same time, funding wars on both sides, stabilizing economies, moving wealth across borders faster than any government could track. Individually, each piece seems explainable. Together, it begins to look coordinated. So what was this empire? It didn't conquer land. It didn't need to, because it controlled something far more powerful: influence. Instead of armies, it used trade. Instead of borders, it used networks. Instead of rulers, it relied on alliances, merchant dynasties, banking systems, information networks moving faster than any king's command. Imagine an empire where power isn't visible, but felt, where decisions in one city quietly shape outcomes thousands of miles away, where wars begin not because of kings, but because of money. Traditional empires ruled territory. This one may have ruled connections, and that made it almost impossible to detect. But here's the part that keeps historians awake. What if it never disappeared? What if it evolved? Modern global finance, international trade agreements, corporations operating across borders. They all follow the same logic. No single ruler, no single nation, but immense influence. Some believe this invisible empire didn't collapse. It simply adapted, blending into the systems we now consider normal. And if that's true, then the greatest trick this empire ever pulled was convincing the world it never existed. Maybe it was just coincidence. Disconnected systems, forming patterns that look intentional. Or maybe it was something much bigger, something designed to stay hidden. Because the most powerful empires don't always announce themselves. They don't need flags or armies or borders. They just need control. And sometimes the forces that shape history the most are the ones you never see.